As a child and growing up, we have so many things that we want to do. We have so many inspirations to inspire or to aspire to be. Some of us want to be a basketball player because we've seen our favorite player, and then we want to try it out, and then we end up playing for a team, for a school or for a rec or at a rec center, and then that dream develops. Some of us might have watched Law and Order when we were younger and then want to be a lawyer, or someone's uncle or aunt was a lawyer, or someone in their family was a lawyer, or neither, but they were just naturally good at it. They just had a lot to say and was able to prove their point across when they were younger. They had innately negotiating skills, and they just didn't know it. It just came natural. Sometimes as a child and growing up, we have these gifts naturally, and then hopefully as we get older, we cultivated these gifts. Like, if you always used to sing when you were younger, like you would hear your favorite song on the radio and you would sing along, and then you've done so as the years go by, just singing, and your voice developed because you sang so much. Also, maybe you were in choir, or maybe you were as a choir at church, or maybe at school. And so this also helped you develop that talent. Sometimes, you were able to where you were able to cultivate that, gift because they had, the resources for it, and to taking lessons and have you. Now, along the way, life happens. Something just happens. Either you were, drained from doing that constantly, or you were, influence of not continuing on with your dream or your goal and your passion, what you like doing the most. You were told that, you can't make enough money, being a, dancer, like a musical dancer, dancing for music videos. You can't make any money. There's no money into singing. There's no money into any of the performing arts. So you hear these comments, and you hear these as you as you get older, unfortunately. And then if you hear them enough, it can definitely discourage you. It could discourage a person, and it could be discouraging and heartbreaking, to the point to where you say, why even try? There's no use of you trying. And then you have the, responsibility might you add that in, that factors in. But my question I want to ask you is this. Who did you allow to steal your greatness? Who did you allow to steal your dream and to steal that essence? And I want to ask something else too. Why? Why did you let them steal your greatness, steal your joy? You know, just ask yourself that question. And if you still have that passion and dream of yours, go for it. Protect your dream, protect your goals. Don't share your goal, something that's endeared to you, to just anyone, because not everyone wants you to achieve your goal. See, reason why not everyone wants to see you achieve your goal is because they lack self-confidence. They lack drive. So, because they are lacking, then being around you reminds them of what they lack. And unfortunately, they're just too lazy to work on their craft, to work on their dream, to put the steps necessary to do. When we were young, you know, we would dance, or you might be able to pop lock and do any style that is known to man at a young age. And then as you gotten older, like you're maybe like in high school, middle school, you know, you did it and you gotten pretty good. And then high school, you gotten really good, right? And then all of a sudden, when you get like 18 through 20, something happened, right? Life happens, right? You may have competed in certain dance battles. You might have wanted to go to a certain school, to a dancing school or an art school, right? But then you may not have, your parents may not have been able to put you in that school, and so you're like, well, there goes that. Or your parents, or if you were in a single parent household, they would, a mom or a dad would be like, oh, you have to get a job. You have to do A, B, and C. Oh, there's work that needs to be done around here. There's no time to, take on your fantasy fairy tale dream of yours. Sound familiar? Now, if you're young enough, right? If you're a young person that's, hearing this, just consider your passion, turn it up a notch, meaning just practice even more. Learn how to create a, balance. And sometimes, right, you have to stand up to the people that you love. That's a scary thing. But if you want it bad enough, and you're not hurting anyone, and you're uplifting others as yourself, can't no one stop you. God put that in you, put that joy, put that talent in you. And there's a reason why you have that gift and you have that talent, right? When, for myself, example, I had a high-pitched voice, singing, but people, like at church, I used to get, roasted because my voice was so high. And then, this was before I turned 12, and then my voice started, changing. When I was around like 9, that age, 9, 10, I actually stopped singing. Like, I mouthed the words, or I wouldn't sing, my voice wouldn't be known, and that is the most devastating, thing that could happen to a person, right? And if you don't have mentors in your life, or someone giving you that push to push through those negative thoughts, to ignore those negative people, it can cripple you and it can stagnate you, right? And I just thank God that I didn't want to be a singer. I was just put in a choir, right? Now, what I loved was basketball, but not enough to want to be a basketball star. That wasn't my dream or goal, right? I played in a league, and when you can look, I'm not a tall person. I was pretty small. I'm short. I'm 5'4". 5'5", give or take. On a good day, 5'5", but I'm 5'4". Okay. And this is now. So when I was 9, I was like 4'8", 4'7" to 4'8" for a long time. So I'm in a league playing with these big kids. Everyone's taller and bigger than me, right? So the position that I played, I used to, play wing, but I practiced so much because I loved the sport. I loved it. It was so fun to me. It didn't matter what, the kids would say, because my competitiveness overextended whatever anyone had to say about me, right? Whatever, stumbling block they tried to put in my way, I overexceed that. Okay? And that's what we have to learn how to do. We have to kick down those negative thoughts, kick down those naysayers and those dream killers, right? We have to do that. Now, I played in a, basketball league. And so my defense was on point. And so I was so competitive, and especially that I played defense against the tallest person on the opposite team. And this was the championship game, mind you. I was in a basketball league championship. no one was guarding this kid. This kid, I forgot, he might have been like 13 or 14, maybe 15, right? And I was 10 years, I was 10 years old. And so everyone was letting this kid shooting the ball. He was shooting threes, he was just camping, shooting threes like Curry threes. He was just shooting. Now, all of a sudden, I don't know what, I just ran up to the kid, waving my arms when you're playing defense. So if he tried to shoot it, I had my hands up. If he tried to, when he dribbled, I had my hands to the side. And when he was trying to drive the ball, I would stay with him as best as I can. And he lost the ball. He turned the ball over so many times. And off of that, I've scored I scored 8 to 12 points doing that. So that tells you, for all you sports statistics, you can count how many times I stole the ball and then just scored. But that game, we end up winning a championship. That was my first championship of that team, of that. Now, my second year, that's when I became known and I created that name. I was known for that. And so, but their coach was so mad, right? The coach was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you scared? Are you scared?" Their coach was livid because of this small kid, this 4'7" kid. You allow him to disrupt what you got going on. Why? Right? That's the show. That's a David and Goliath in modern times. Modern story. I was David, and that kid was Goliath, right? And my stones were defense. I want to encourage y'all today. Be David through your passion, and overcome those stones. Learn to shield yourself from stones being thrown at you. Have that armor, have that helmet to deflect the comments. Turn those negative comments into a positive. Tell yourself, oh, they just need to be inspired. So I'm going to be that one to inspire them by accomplishing my goal. And keep at it. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to the naysayers. Don't try to prove yourself, because they're going to think what they want to think. All right? And when you do that, then you'll know that it's worth it. All right, y'all. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.